Ay, ay, ay.
Alicia, get off my back. Alicia, Alicia. The end of the road. We have to be mindful of the end of the road, right? And I know that a lot of people start their journeys on this passport bro adventure at different periods of their life. I am informed. I am aware. But we have to know when there's the end of the road. We have to be prepared for the end of the road. And the end of the road is where your journey as a passport bro and you finding a wife comes to an end. The point at which you retire willfully or unwillfully from being a passport bro to a relationship is the end of the road or death. And I know that I've been doing this for quite a long time, and so has quite a few other people out here, right? But we have to understand something. Not everyone is going overseas as a passport bro and looking for the love of their life. Not everyone is going overseas and looking for the love of their life. And I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to be honest. I can only speak for myself. I don't want to be a gray-haired passport bro.
See this shirt? I didn't buy it yesterday. I've been a passport bro since before they called us that.
For real?
40 years, man. First stamp was Lisbon, 85. Haven't looked back since.
40 years, that's wild.
Wow, but worth every page in that.
I don't want to be a passport bro that got gray all in their beard and their goatee and mustache grayed out. Top of their head white like this, right? I do not want to be a gray-haired passport bro. This is just me. This is no disrespect to the gray-haired passport bros out there still traveling, right? 50, 60, 112 years old. But I don't want to be a gray-haired passport bro. I don't want to be a passport bro. My beard's this color, my mustache, my goatee's this color. I don't want to be a gray-haired passport bro. I don't. And it's nothing against them. Listen, judgment free zone. You can be a passport 80, right? It has nothing to do with my life, but that's not the journey that I want to be on.
Sir, could you spare some change? Anything helps, please.
Gotta keep moving. One foot, then the next. Stay in the flow.
Sir?
Because once you get to a certain age of passport bro and you look at these people's channels and they've been traveling for 70 years, you have to ask yourself, was it really every woman that you came across? Or was it you? And a lot of guys, they come with this, oh man, it's the woman, it's the woman, it's the woman. And listen, I'll do it too. I'll do it with the best of them. Right? Because I know what I'm looking for. And if you've watched any of my videos, right, especially going back years and years and years when I was going to the DR heaven, and if you know anything about me, you know I love big booty women. Right? You know I love a big, voluptuous tenderoni. So let's say I'm in Thailand, for example, the Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Indonesia. If you know what I know, you know I'm not going to find my partner there. If you know what I know, there's a 99.9% chance I'm not coming back in a relationship. Because I love women that have a small waist and a big booty. The truth can never be considered disrespect. And I've gotten tattoos in Thailand. I've gotten like a full leg tattoo in Thailand. I go to Thailand for various reasons. I can't confirm or deny what I went to Thailand for back in the day. I can't confirm or deny that. But I see Thailand for more than what a lot of people see Thailand for. But I know in my heart, I don't want to be a gray-haired passport bro. And I'm not trying to take women's side. I've seen comments on various social media platforms and, oh man, he can't get a woman. That's why he goes overseas. Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. There's a lot of guys on YouTube that couldn't get women in the States. Right. And I'm just being honest. There's a lot of guys on YouTube that could not get women in the States. And not me, of course. Most definitely not me. But there's a lot of guys on YouTube who couldn't get women in the States. And then they go to various countries and they get called handsome for the first time of their life. Women like them for the first time of their life. Women are pursuing them for the first time of their life. Women just boosting their head up, pause, for the first time of their life. And all of a sudden, they're that guy in social media. All of a sudden, they're Don Juan Julio, GQ, Rico Suave. What this passport boat journey will do to you is lie to you, deceive you, manipulate you, and boost your self-esteem if you don't know any better. But I don't want to be the guy that's has a goatee, a beard, a mustache, this color, still traveling, talking about, man, I can't find a good woman. And like I said, nothing against the older gentleman traveling, but I don't want that to be me. Because at a certain point in life, right, we have to start taking accountability, right? You see a guy, he's been in multiple countries. I know guys that have been in multiple countries and they still can't find a partner.
Hey, how you doing? I need a favor. I need a favor. I know I'm sitting here hanging backwards like 50 Cent at the Super Bowl, but I need a favor. I'm not asking for money, donations, clicking the link, nothing like that. Do me one favor. Can you do that for me? It's free. I swear. Hit that subscribe button.
Is it every woman or is it you? And once you get to a certain age, I'm not going to say what that age is because I don't want to, be disrespectful to my elders. But once you get to a certain age, you have to ask yourself. Matter of fact, you have to tell yourself, you had more days behind you than you do in front of you.
I don't have accountability. I don't have accountability.
Excuse me?
I don't have accountability.
Wow.
I don't have accountability.
You just saying that out loud?
That's right. I don't have accountability.
Oh my God.
Not a bit.
I'm going to repeat that again. A lot of these older gents, you have not that many days in front of you. Your good days, your glory days, the longest time of your life is behind you. So you're going to have to ask yourself, when you get to the end of the road, whether it's relationship or heaven or hell, is that the path you really wanted to choose? Did you really want to die in a foreign country alone with no family, no wife, no one by your side? God forbid something happens to you and you got to wear diapers or you get sick or you're in a hospital. Do you really want to be there with no one holding your hand? God forbid you're in a coma and you wake up. Do you really want a nurse or a doctor to be the only faces you see in that hospital room? Nobody wants to die alone. Nobody wants to be 60, 70, 80 years old still chasing that rose that grew from the concrete. Before you say anything, if you know, I was married to a Dominican for 5 years. 5 years and we didn't break up or get a divorce because I cheated. And we didn't break up and get a divorce because she cheated. We broke up and got a divorce because of the lifestyle I was living. We broke up and got a divorce because she be in one country and I be in the next. And guess what? She wasn't with me. And you put 2 and 2 together and she can make assumptions. So when you have these women saying that passport bros can't find women overseas, can't find women in the States, some of that is true. When you see these TikToks and social medias of women saying that passport bros it is, passport bros that, some of that is true. Because as you age, you don't value. This isn't gold, this isn't wine. Your prime years are between this age and this age. I'm not going to say the age because I don't want to offend no one, but your prime years are. There's no woman alive that have said, man, I can't wait to find me a grandpa, a unk, gray-haired gentleman. I'm not disrespecting the older gentleman, right? I'm just speaking for me. I've never heard a woman say, I can't wait to find an older gentleman, unless it's an older gentleman to take care of her. And there are countries where people care a little bit less about your age and personality, charisma, attitude, if you got all your teeth. And respectfully, a lot of those countries are in Asia. You go down some of these walking streets and some of these alleys and subways, circumvents, and they're gonna, oh, black man, oh, American, oh, chocolate, daddy, poppy. They called 100 guys chocolate that day. You were just 73. I have to challenge you guys to look in the mirror and take accountability. Because I've been going to some people's page and they're talking about women and this, women that, and they look older than my dad. We have to take accountability for what we see in the mirror. And I'm not saying I'm on the cover of GQ magazine, because I'm not. But I'm gonna leave here with something. No matter where I'm at in the world, I'm gonna leave here with something. And I'm gonna start. I'm working on some things. I gotta get some things trademarked and copyright, and I got a lot of things going on to help the community for sure, right? Can't get into the details because people steal your ideas and say it was theirs. But I got a lot of legal stuff that I'm going through that I started on yesterday, so I can start suing people, right? So I got a lot of legal stuff that I'm working on that I should, it's going to take a couple months for it to get approved. By the end of next year, y'all gonna know what's going on. Y'all gonna, once everything gets approved and I got all these trademarks and all this stuff going on, licenses, some other things I can't really say. I'm gonna make this platform bigger than it already is, right? I'm going to start doing more to help the community because you need it. You need it. You need it. For those new travelers, the guys that haven't traveled much, those guys that need plans, recommendations, suggestions, you need it, And there's this one YouTuber and people in the comments like, oh man, you started to charge for this, charge for that. Listen, at first I'm like, oh man, this guy, man, the heck with this guy. He wants to charge for this, charge for that. But then I started to realize, like, over time, like, man, people, when you give someone game that enables them to go a great path and minimize troubles and minimize bad experiences, minimize getting scoped, minimize this, minimize that, minimize getting hustled on airplane tickets. When you're giving someone game that is going to make their journey as a passport bro a smooth one, some people are willing to pay for that. That's all I'm gonna say. Some people are willing to, and I'm not asking for anything. I'm asking for donations. I'm not saying click this link in my bio, but next year, once I get done with all my trademarks, it's my legal stuff, right? Once I get done with all my legal stuff, I'm gonna do more for the community. I think I've done a lot. Don't get me wrong. I think I've done a whole lot, right? I don't think there's a lot of brothers out there that's been to more countries than me. And humbly, respectfully speaking, if you go to my profile and go to my playlist, right, I think I got 20 some countries in there, right? And I've been to way more than that, pushing 30, right? But like I said before, I wasn't really into documenting my experiences. Like I was a ghost, right? But there's, I can't count on both of my hands the number of brothers, YouTube brothers that have been to more countries than me. There's quite a few, right? Maybe a few, right? Maybe a few. But there's not a lot. There's not a lot. I can't count 10 right now that's been in more countries than me. There's there's quite a few, but I can't count 10. I can't. Not 10 brothers, no. But listen, you have to ask yourself something, right? You have to ask yourself something. Your fidelity account. I ain't gonna show you all that. Anyway, you gotta ask yourself something. You have to ask yourself, when's that time? When's that time to settle down? When's that time to take a chance? And when's that time for someone to take a chance on you? Because let's be honest, we're not perfect. Somebody might say, Chris, he's flying hell, he snores. He leaves toothpaste in the sink. He doesn't put the toilet seat down. Everyone has faults. So we can't go to these countries looking for the perfect woman. And a lot of us go to these countries, and I've had women tell me, oh, you think you're too good because you're American. You think you're too good because of this, or this, or that. You know how much money I spend a year on traveling? You know how much this plane ticket costs? You know how much this Marriott costs? You know how much this Airbnb costs? You know how much this business class seat costs? Can you do that? That's what we want to tell women. Can you do that? Being a passport bro, traveling is and can be a heavy financial burden. It can be costly. But don't spend thousands of dollars to go overseas, to be like this, to come back home, and a couple months later go overseas, be like this, come back home until you're 50, 60, 70 years old. Because I'm not searching for someone to have a good time with. I am searching for a wife. Of course, I'm a lot pickier than most, right? I've seen people post women on social media, on YouTube, on TikTok. Where did he find that monster? Or why did he post her? Because let's just be honest. So I'm a little bit more pickier than the average YouTuber. But nonetheless, I know at the end of the road, where my passport bro journey ends is where my relationship begins. Not at the end of the road where my passport bro journey ends. Death, loneliness, disappointment, regret. Just be aware of the end of the road. Gentlemen, men, the future. Because I'm not going to be around here forever. And there's countries that I've been to that I posted: Barcelona, Albania, Romania, Netherlands. There's not a lot of passport bros that's done more countries in Europe than me. Not a lot of brothers anyway, I'm gonna tell you that right now. But like all of those countries, I was with someone, right? All of Europe, I was with someone. Like if I travel, we travel. She traveled, I traveled. We were Batman and Catwoman. Indonesia, last time I was there. Tanzania, last time I was there. Malaysia, Singapore, I was with some. I'm not getting on YouTube looking for validation, but my videos are obviously different. Like if you went through all my videos and watched all of my videos, you'd be like, oh yeah, Chris keeps flying. He was by himself. Yeah, Medellín, Colombia, he was by himself. Oh, this country, yeah, he just posted restaurants and food and buildings and yeah, he was with a woman. The end of the road is coming. Are you prepared for what's next? Are you prepared for a relationship? Are you ready for a wife, a partner, children, her children? Or do you just want to chase women for the next 70 to 80 years? And be white beard, white mustache, white goatee, white hair, 80 years old, telling people at the bar how you've been doing it for so long, but coincidentally enough, you couldn't find anyone. Don't let that be you at the end of the road. Find someone, and I'm not saying find the first person you need. Find someone that compliments you and you compliments them. The end of the road.
I'm going to be straight with you. The so-called passport bros, they're lying to you. All that talk about finding something better just by flying somewhere else, it's a myth. It's marketing, it's fantasy, and it leaves you stuck chasing